Okay, so we are leaving a screening of a double feature of Terrifier 2 and then 3. That was a lot.
It was a lot.
I don't know what to say about it. I'm going to do my very best to not spoil any plot details, anything like that. I don't want to be that guy.
I have no idea what to say without giving out any spoilers.
Yeah, so, okay, so I'll say it like this. I'll comment, and then you can, refer to my comments. How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds
So, this is a much meaner movie. It's nastier. It's 25 minutes shorter, but it feels... The pacing of it is phenomenal. The pacing was perfect. It was just stuff happening. Every minute of this movie was important, right? What do you think?
Yes, I agree.
I'd say that the surprise of the movie, no plot details come in here, but the surprise of the movie are the other characters in the film. I think that Vicky is a character I didn't expect to be so important, and the direction that they took with that character I didn't expect. Sienna has become a full-fledged scream queen and heroine. How did you feel about Sienna? I think her character was... Sorry, go ahead.
Sienna was a much better character. I didn't really like her in Terrifier 2. The only character I really liked in Terrifier 2 was Art. But
yeah,
there are a lot of good characters in Terrifier 3.
The character building in this movie was considerably better. Damien Leone is able to really show what he's capable of with this movie. Giving that guy more money enables him to do things. He just made a better movie. The screenplay was better, the directing was better, the music in it was better. There was comedy in it. There's stuff in that I don't want to say, but expect 9 or 10 little surprises that you won't expect that you will recognize. There's stuff that you wouldn't know about that I'll tell you after we're done recording this, because I can't spoil it for people. But there's stuff in this movie where I was I looked at you and you didn't really get it, and I was like, oh, I'll tell you later. The kills in this movie, the gore in this movie, I think I've officially met my limit. I never thought I'd ever have a limit, but during the movie, I almost got emotional. I can't say why, but there's stuff in this movie is a very heavy movie, but this is good versus evil, right?
Yes.
In a very, what would you call that? Stripped down. It's just good versus evil.
Extreme.
Well, yeah, it's definitely extreme. For sure. I would say this is David Howard Thornton's best portrayal of Art the Clown. Probably his best acting, period. There's a lot of funny stuff in this movie, but overall, it's an incredibly heavy film. There's a point in the movie where he and I both got literally physically shocked, where we went, oh! And then we both looked at each other, and he said, this is the point where it became my favorite Terrifier film. And he said it to me right then and there, and I said, yes, I agree. So there's a point in this movie, I can't say when, because it'll ruin it. There's a point in the movie where we were both flabbergasted and impressed, right?
Yes, my jaw actually dropped.
Let's go!
As soon as that happened, I went
I know. It was... I'll be honest, man. This one, it kind of made Terrifier 2 a walk in the park. Is that not crazy?
That is crazy.
This movie, yeah, it makes Terrifier 2 seem kind of tame. It's definitely my favorite Terrifier movie because it's the best made movie. Or how do I say this? It's the best Terrifier movie. I still think 1 might be my favorite because this one, I'm going to watch it again tomorrow. So, I can kind of think on it tonight, but I just left the theater. We're literally in the car. We're in the parking lot still. I wanted to get our initial thoughts. Bricken said he didn't want to talk much because he was going to spoil plot points. We'll do a next week. I have my friend Kenna going to do the podcast with me. Would you like to do a little bonus tidbit after school and talk about it?
Sure.
We can do
a bit of a spoiler review?
Yeah, plot point stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, because we'll have a couple of viewings in.
There's also a Black Christmas reference, so that makes it good.
Yeah, that was in the trailer though, so that's not spoiling anything.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also very vague too.
Yeah, that is very vague. Sorry, I'm just trying to be extra careful. But he really likes Black Christmas. I do too, and so he appreciated that. Man, that movie was kind of a long movie. Well, it's not even as long. It's just paced so well. You go from A to Z and like it's brisk, man. You start walking. You don't chill. It just goes boom, 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 boom. But like, I don't know, man. This was an intense movie. There's a kill in this film though, and it's not like, oh, I can't believe they did that to blah 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 blah. No. There's a kill in this movie that was so crazy that I was like clapping and hooting and going, oh. I was like freaking out during the whole time. And yeah, dude.
You're gonna know exactly what we're talking about when you see it.
Yeah, it's somewhere between like the first and the last of the movie. So, trying to be vague, dude. But yeah, man, I genuinely think that. Okay. Oh, and 3 people got up and left.
Oh yes.
At like 40% of the movie, maybe 50%, like halfway, maybe.
Yeah.
About halfway through it, these 3 people got up and just walked. You could feel their disgust as they were like leaving the theater, which I kind of thought was awesome.
Yes. I'm glad no one threw up.
Right. No, dude, look. I know that it's a decision to take you with me. But people that don't know us don't understand our relationship. They don't understand the things that you've done, and I don't expect them to. They're going to judge me and call me all kinds of names, whatever. He's a very mature kid. He's been doing this stuff since he was little because I've been around horror movies my whole life. That's all I really have. They've just been around it. My daughter doesn't watch this stuff. My little guy typically watches it behind a blanket and acts like he's watching it, doesn't really watch any of it. He talks the whole time.
Yeah, he talks the whole time.
My wife is very picky. This kid is incredibly mature for his age, and this is our thing that we do together. And I will be honest, there was 2 or 3 times in the movie, maybe more than that, where I leaned over and said, hey, are you okay? You doing all right?
Oh, yeah.
And he was doing better than I was. He handled this way better than me.
I was worried about him. I was thinking, because you were reacting, and I was thinking, are you sure you want to come back and see this tomorrow?
I like to react. I'm all animated. I'm animated about everything. But yes, you are very correct. This movie was tough, dude. It was hard to watch. It was a very, very heavy film. I think if I was to grade it on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably, like, very, very first initial viewing, I'm gonna go 9 out of 10.
Oh yeah,
9 out of 10, because it's not perfect. There's 2 or 3 things that I'd change that I can't talk about right now, but they are very minor. It is very much me being nitpicky. I think that Art the Clown has established himself as probably one of the best villains I've ever seen in a movie.
Not horror villains, one of the best villains.
Villains, yeah, it's incredible. The mean is the best word I can come up with. This is a very mean movie. It's a brutal, mean movie. Now I understand why they made it, so I accept what it is, and I love it because it's my favorite stuff. The character, although I will say this, you get a different Art the Clown. Sienna's different. They have matured. I'll just say that they're more complex. That's the word I was looking for. They're more complex, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. So, how'd you feel overall about the movie?
Oh, I really liked it.
Yeah. So, how do you approach watching a movie like this, being somebody that's younger?
It doesn't feel any different, really.
Do you just watch it knowing it's not real, and you just look at it as something like that, or?
I mean, it's hard to get me emotional with stuff like fiction, because I know it's not real. I know it's unrealistic. That's why stuff like...
You can say the movie.
Like, The Coffee Table or Black Christmas gets me more because it's more realistic.
Yeah, I think Black Christmas affected you more as, like, scary than this did.
Yeah.
Like, Black Christmas would creep out Charlie and Mommy probably more than this. This would just gross them out.
Yeah.
But... man, my hat's off to Damian Leone, man. And the whole crew. I'm very proud of them for what they've accomplished. I'm imagining that they're very proud of it too. But this movie pushed the boundaries for me. I got to simmer on this one. It was a tough watch. I enjoyed it. Like I want to watch it again, but the first viewing of it was intense, man. It was very intense. It was a lot of they did some stuff I didn't think they were gonna do. There's some kills and some visual stuff that, while very clearly not real, it was a lot. It was a lot. So tune in next week. You'll talk to me and Bricken a little bit more next week with Kenna, a spoilery review. I want to compare this to some other movies. I can't compare them to it yet because you'll know what I'm talking about and it'll ruin some stuff. I hope I did a good enough job being vague and just telling you how the movie was and explaining what I did and didn't like. I hope you got some information from Bricken and that you were able to understand how he approaches these movies as a young man. Yeah, I love spending time with you, man. I had a good time. Good day. Had a great day, man. Great day. That movie was rough. I think because if I was watching it by myself, I probably wouldn't have been so emotional. But, you know, having my kid with me, I didn't think... Because he watched T1. He watched T2. He watched All Hallows Eve. You've watched a bunch of stuff with me. This was a mean, nasty, dirty, evil movie. I even like the ending.
That doesn't mean I don't recommend it. Because you say it's like mean, nasty.
Oh no, I recommend watching it. But I'm just describing it. Those are descriptive words. Like if you can handle that kind of movie, go watch it. It's, dude, as far as like a piece of art, not the clown, but a piece of art. This is DIY, man. This is punk rock. This is horror. This is horror to the bone. This is slasher. This is pushing the envelope. There were some guest appearances in this movie that were amazing. So, yeah, I hope, man, go watch it, go support it, put your money in their pockets. We need more stuff like this. Even if it's not the same franchise, we need movies like this from people like this, from minds like this, the people that can create like this. Shout out to David Howard Thornton, shout out to Damien Leone, Lauren Lavera, everybody, but those three people made this movie something very, very special. And, yeah, I gotta decompress a little bit, man. I need a palate cleanser, so I'm gonna listen to some ska music or something for a little while. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me and my kid for a while. We'll see you next time on the Punk Rock Movie Review. Have a good night, everybody.
Punk Rock Movie Review.
Yeah, sir. Yes, sir.